Alright, so quick disclaimer for any TASCA Super Series drivers who want in on this. You're either going to be forced part-time in the series, or just unprioritized when it comes to overall signups, depending on how many guys sign up. So with that out of the way, let's get to the video. Okay, so the TASCA sanctioning body has something to confess. They had 3 car models that they could have used for the Super Series. Well, they ultimately went for the Pinty Series. I forgot the reason as to why, but it worked out in the end. Now, as for the truck series, they did have plans for it, but the expenses for it, well, they had to make that thing from scratch. At least for the Super Series, they could just use NASCAR Pinty Series models and be on their way. But the truck series, they had to build this thing from scratch, and it's just getting costly. And although some teams, well, actually, because some teams have already, bought these things and are doing whatever, they're not going to just outright cancel it. It'll just take a while for the series to actually get up and going. Well, the truck series, that is. But in the meantime, the TASCA sanctioning body is willing to start up a second series using the third option, which, believe it or not, was the cheapest option. But the reason TASCA held off on it is because, well, yeah, it's the COT, NASCAR's car of tomorrow from the late 2000s. Well, someone from the TASCA sanctioning body, not gonna say who, not that I really know who it is, somehow got their hands on the specs and blueprints to put this thing together and mass produce it. And not just that, but as I just stated before, COT is actually the cheapest car to make amongst the 3 of them. And TASCA is not really getting as much money back from their truck investment as they thought. So now that TASCA sanctioning body is in panic mode trying to make their money back. And this is essentially their fastest way to do it. Another question to ask, who are the takers? And now we get into the important part of this video if you want to sign up for this car. Now, as stated in the Super Series video, I'm only having 1 car or 1 driver per person, though I'm going to be a bit more lenient about it with the COT car. I might allow 2 or 3 more, but depending on how many people sign up, it might be reduced to 1 driver per person who signs up. Also, as stated before, names don't have to be real, they just have to be original, something you came up with or whatnot, And my favorite part about all this is the backstory, or characterization as I like to call it. And I'm sketching out full driver PNGs and everything, so it's going to be something, for those who haven't been watching the TASCA Super Series already. Another thing to note is that if you want your car to look like a specific paint scheme of some kind throughout NASCAR, you're going to have to let me know in the comments. Oh, and last but not least, in terms of how long these signups will go for the COT car, which I don't have the name for the series yet, I'll probably say in a community post, is that the signups for this thing go all the way to the end of the year. So yeah, that's right, about 2-3 weeks at this point. So should be ample time for a whole bunch of people to just sign up for this thing, But yeah, another thing to note, the Charlotte Bullring race is coming up real soon. So stay tuned for that coming up real soon. But other than that, yeah, that is about it.